This next conversation reminds me about a line in the scripture that if you fail to do something, stones may just be raised to do them. We're joined on the program by Toluwalope Ajayi, a visual artist, and she's curating a movement. It's called Stonism. Toluwalope, good morning. Welcome to the Morning Brief.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
I've been looking at that term, Stonism. Look it up on the Urban Dictionary, look it up on some other platforms, and you see different definitions. But you're doing something very interesting with stones. Those same stones we trample upon, that we pick up to stone, maybe people or some other things. What is it you're doing with stones? Why stones? And what is Stonism all about, Toluwalope?
Okay, stonism is just the art of creating artworks with stones, and it's something that I discovered in 2019. I was just trying to find my expression, to find my identity in the art world, and I was trying to make an artwork for a loved one, and I didn't have funds for it, so I stumbled upon some stones on my street, and I just decided to experiment with it. I don't know why, but I just decided to do it, and it came out really nice, and that was how it started. So from there, I decided to make it a movement because the outcome was really beautiful. Looked out for reactions from people, from friends, and close people, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is nice and it's different. It's different from what we see everywhere, what we see every day." And that was how the whole thing started. So I just decided to make it into a movement because I would also like other artists like myself to experiment with it. It doesn't necessarily, I use gravel, and later on, I would also like to experiment with other types of stone pebbles. So it doesn't necessarily have to be gravel. So definitely there's no movement without followers. So I just made it into a movement so that other artists can follow and can also experiment. And it doesn't even have to be stone. It could be other things around around your environment. It's just create awareness that, okay, whatever it is you find in the environment, you can work with. You don't necessarily have to work with paint or canvas. It could be anything. You can create out of anything. So that's just the idea behind it.
Interesting. Now, you credit yourself as the inventor of the Stonism movement. Now, some will say they've seen stone art from time immemorial. So, what's the difference between stone art and Stonism? Is there a difference? And walk us through eventually your creative process then.
Okay. In the past, there have been stone artists in the past who have worked, and um, in the ancient days, it was mostly stone carvings. Like people would carve images on stones to create artworks and art pieces and all that. But I decided to work with broken pebbles of stones. I'm not the first person to work with stone, but I decided to make it into a movement. That's why I said I'm the inventor of the movement, because it has not been a movement. It's just there's stone art, yes, but it hasn't been created into a movement. So that's why I said I'm the inventor of the movement. So mine is different because I'm working with stone pebbles. I'm creating images using the pebbles. I'm not carving on stones.
Oh, interesting. So your creative process, I'm really curious about it. How does it work? So do you go to, first, where do you go to get your stones from? Do you have a place where you mine these stones, or any kind of stone just works? And are you choosy? You say, "Oh, this is too rough," or "this is too smooth. You're not fit for use," by, the master stonism artist. How does your creative process work, Toluwalope?
Okay, so I don't have a place where I mine yet. Hopefully, in the future, I would. But what I just do is I go to sites where people are building, like uncompleted buildings, where they have gravels. And sometimes I beg them, I have to beg them for it because I know that these people buy the stones with their money. So, and gravel is expensive. So I beg them for it. So please, can I have some? When I'm going, I'm always with a bag. Either I'm with a tobacco sack or a poly bag or something. I can even empty, I can empty my bag and just pack stones inside just because I want to get stones. And People will be like, oh, what do you want to use it for? Like, what are you doing with stones? A lady like you, what are you doing with stones? And when I explain, they're like, okay, you can have some. You can have
Ah.
some. So that's how I get my stones. And I don't get to choose those. I don't get to choose. It's when I get home. When I get home, I can now start selecting the fine ones and the rough ones. That's what I do.
And that's the beauty of art, being able to use whatever you have and to make something beautiful out of it. In fact, it's meant to be the art of life. Whatever happens to you in life, whether it's rough, whether it's smooth, small, or big, make the most of it. So it's beautiful that you're championing this movement. And I know that as a kid, we used to pick up a lot of things. You're just walking on the road and you want to pick up nail, you want to pick up things. And your parents say, no, you don't pick up everything, but it looks like it's working out for you and you're making money from it. What is the movement like now? How much movement do you have about this movement in terms of people now buying into it, some type of followership, maybe you're mentoring, teaching people? What's the movement like today?
Okay, so what I've tried to do is to teach people about it. I don't have followers yet because I've not really done so much. Even though it might look like, oh, I'm doing a lot, because my fellow artists will tell me you're doing this, but I feel like I've not done enough yet. I still want to create more awareness. I still want to talk to more people about it. And I would also like to have, if possible, have art critics. I would like critics to critique the style of art and the movement. And that is when I will be sure that, okay, I'm really doing something that will stand the test of time. I know that right now it's it's a lot and it's good, but I still need critics to um, critique the style of art. So I'm just trying to create more awareness and to make people know more about it. That's what I'm doing right now.
Well, two more questions. How lucrative has this been?
Okay.
What kind of appreciation do you get from art lovers, curators? I know you're a curator yourself, but in terms of
Mhm.
the financial bit and the sustainability of the movement, right? How has it been? And what's your price range?
Okay. Well, it's not been easy. Initially, it was quite difficult to make people accept it because when they see the work, they'll be like, "It was late." That's in Yoruba. Like, which one is this again? Which one is this one again? You people, you have come again. That's what they say. But over time, people started appreciating it. I started making sales gradually, and thankfully, um, I got people who actually helped me, like Mr. Tunde Odulade, Mr. Sylvester, who helped me to create more awareness about my art.
Mm.
And um, it's been moving gradually, although it's slow, but at least it's moving. Then my price range, well,
I
let's
don't know
see.
why that question always gets people to chuckle.
Well,
Okay, you know what? We'll come to your gallery to find out. We'll come to your gallery to find out. Let me just let you off there. But it's been very interesting talking with you. I just had a brainwave. Maybe you could have this sort of group arts experience where people get to bring their stones and have this, just do some sort of artistry work. You know how you have people do sip and paint. You can also have sip and do stone art. I think it will be interesting. Lots of
you
life
just gave
lessons
me a great
there.
idea. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I will be speaking with Toluwalope Ajayi, who is the a stonist artist, and then the inventor of the Stonism art. Thank you so much for your time, Toluwalope. I wish you the very best.
Thank you very much.
We'll take a moment now. When we return, oh, there are more women doing great stuff, and we're not done with them just yet. This next segment will interest you in a lot of ways, so stay with us. We'll be right back.